Hello everyone and welcome back to the Thunder Today YouTube channel. I am your host Dylan Hibbard and today is episode 100 of Thunder Today. We're going to have a lot to go over. Just a quick thank you for everyone who subscribed and has helped me out so far on this journey. We are now 100 videos in and hopefully we're able to make hundreds more. But in today's video we're going to just kind of recap Game 1, kind of get a review of it. Obviously, yesterday's video was kind of an instant reaction right after the game. This one, we've kind of have a little bit to go over and kind of get some more thoughts on it. We'll talk about Cason Wallace. Didn't really talk about him a lot in yesterday's video, so we'll kind of give him a shout out as well. We'll talk about Steven Adams and Jeff Green, obviously, before the game. If you guys didn't see, we'll go over that. And then we'll kind of end the video today kind of looking ahead toward tonight's game as the Thunder will be taking on the Pacers, so an NBA Finals rematch at that. So a lot to go over today, but first we'll just kind of review Game 1 and kind of recap what we saw in Game 1. And obviously this was one of the best opening nights to an NBA season of all time. We have a double overtime game. You have Chet, Isaiah Hartenstein, KD, Amen Thompson all foul out, and it goes down to the very last shot. Sengun had 39, 11, and 7. KD 23, Shea 35 and 5, Chet 28. And everybody, it just kind of felt like it was one of those games like playoff atmosphere, and like those are the teams you're going to see in the playoffs. And the Rockets are definitely one of those teams that we're going to see in the playoffs. So to be able to go out there, especially on opening night, you never want to go out there and start 0-1, and especially against a team that you're going to be going head-to-head with all season long, and you're able to prevail. You don't have one of the 15 best players in the league in J-Dub, and you're able to still go out there with your depth and really put it in a game where you had to get into your bench with Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein fouling out. That pretty much gives away all your big man depth outside of Jay Will, so Jay Will is having to play big double overtime minutes, so shout out to him to be able to go out there. He got a great contest on the final shot of the game with Jabari Smith in the left-handed corner, and he was able to put up a good contest and really not allow Jabari to get comfortable with that shot and hit the game winner on the Thunder, so that was great all around. But I kind of want to just talk about Cason Wallace a little bit. We shouted out everybody. We talked about how good Shea was, how great Chet looked. We talked a little bit about A.J. Mitchell and his amazing game. Excuse me. And he just looked absolutely amazing out there, and he's really taken advantage of those minutes. But a guy we really didn't talk about last night at all is Cason Wallace. And Wallace had 14 points, 7 assists, 4 steals. He had an amazing game. He made a few threes down the stretch that were really big, but obviously he was out there for his defense. Able to get 4 steals, and in 42 minutes really put up a great plus-minus and was a key contributor. We obviously talked about who are the Thunder going to go with because we knew the Rockets were going to put out an all-time tall lineup with KD starting at the 2, Jabari Smith, Sengun, and Steven Adams out there. So my thought was we were going to go bigger and start Aaron Wiggins. Obviously, we started Cason Wallace last night, and Wallace was able to guard one of those bigger guys. You put Wallace on Thompson. You were able to put Lou Dort on KD. That way, 6'6" Shea was able to go on Jabari Smith, and then you had the big guys battling out. And Cason Wallace just defensively all night was amazing. It didn't matter who he was guarding. There were points in time where he was being put on KD, and he was standing his own ground on KD. So just an overall great performance by Cason Wallace. I'm assuming he's going to be in that starting spot until J-Dub gets back. And I really think at this point now, Cason Wallace is kind of going to be one of those guys that we see as a potential 6th man of the year. I think the Thunder are going to use him in that role a lot. I think especially when J-Dub's coming back from injury, they're not going to want to overdo him, especially those first few games. And I can see Cason Wallace coming out from the bench pretty early on and providing those 6-minute roles. And you still have guys like, obviously, Caruso went out there, and unfortunate news at the time of recording this, Caruso suffered a concussion in this game with the Rockets, so he will not be available for the Pacers game. So that's just another big blow to this Thunder team early on. Their bench just kind of depleting at that moment. But still, overall, being what we saw from him, Aaron Wiggins went out there, A.J. Mitchell, everybody being able to contribute. And I think Casey Wallace kind of stands out from the rest of the crowd. You got what you wanted from Shea and Chet, and we needed those secondary contributors. You got it from Casey Wallace in a big way and A.J. Mitchell as well. But we'll kind of talk about some pregame stuff before that. Obviously, the ring ceremony and championship banner was before this game, and if you guys haven't seen the rings, I would hope you would see them by now. They are absolutely amazing, and I really like the design a lot, especially with the ring inside of the ring. But kind of just a thing to note is Steve Adams and Jeff Green, obviously two former Thunder players, were out there on the Rockets bench watching the entire ceremony and just watching that banner being raised up. And you guys know Steven Adams is my favorite Thunder player of all time. I have his jersey right there behind me, and I just love him, and he's always been a good guy. And him and Jeff Green to be able to go out there, and even though it's not them, they were able to respect what OKC did for both of them and just being out there and being a great sport in general. And Steven Adams has always been one of those guys who he's the big guy and he's a brick wall, and you will run into him and you'll feel it, but he's a nice guy at the same time. He never wants to hurt anybody or anything like that. So to be able to see him and Jeff Green out there kind of watch as OKC gets their stuff, their rings and all that, was kind of really cool to see. But now we'll kind of transition into Thunder's game 2. We're kind of wrapping up all that Rocket stuff, and you got to turn around. And tonight we have the Pacers on ESPN. It's the first game of the night. We're going to be in Indiana, so back in Indiana for the first time since the finals. Obviously, it just got announced Caruso's not going to be ready. Still no J-Dub. So another guy we saw a very, very slight amount on Tuesday, but I think we're going to see tonight is Brooks Barnhizer. I think now that Caruso's going to be out, they're going to kind of want Barnhizer to fill in that role of the defensive guy. We talked about him over the summer. He's kind of that Alex Caruso-esque guy. Over the summer league, he led the summer league in steals. So he's going to be another guy that is going to hopefully be the Alex Caruso-type-esque guy that is going to go out there, play guard defense, especially on these guards like Benedict Mathurin, Andrew Nembhard that they still have. They don't have Tyrese Halliburton, obviously. They do still have Pascal, so we're going to see a mix of probably Chet and Ihart on him, but no Miles Turner, so that's kind of a big blow for this Pacers team. So both of us are kind of limping into this one. It'll be the Pacers' first game of the season, so Thunder already having to go through a double overtime thriller and have to get on the plane and get to Indiana. It's going to be interesting to see. We're going to need a lot more guys to step up. I'm sure A.J. Mitchell is going to get a lot of minutes now, most likely in that six-man role. I'm expecting to see a lot of A.J. Mitchell, Aaron Wiggins, Jay Will, and Brooks Barnhizer off the bench. We're probably going to try to run that nine-man. And then they might try to switch in a few minutes here and there with Chris Youngblood and Ousmane Dieng maybe in that spot wherever Brooks Barnhizer will fit. But I think we see a lot of that nine-man rotation with the starting five as it has been. And then instead of Caruso with Brooks Barnhizer, and then I think he still run A.J. Mitchell out there, Aaron Wiggins, and Jay Will to be that backup big. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Pacers play. You don't have your starting point guard from last year and your center, so it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of look going out. And obviously, if you thought the Rockets were wanting to beat us on opening night, getting the ring ceremony, we're going back to Indiana. Their first game since losing to us in Oklahoma City. The last time they had a game there, it was us in Game 6, and the Thunder were able to the Thunder lost that game. So the Thunder want to go in there, get a big W, start the season 2-0, and the Pacers are looking to get on the right foot, especially without Tyrese. They're going to look to upset the Thunder and really get that revenge to start this year and start their season 1-0. So it's going to be very interesting to see kind of how these two teams will clash tonight. It's 6:30 p.m. on ESPN, so Thunder getting back-to-back national TV appearances, and we're going to see a lot of that, especially now with the Thunder being champions. We're going to be on a lot of those nationally televised games, whether it's ESPN, NBC, once again, which shout out to the NBC broadcast. It was one of the best broadcasts for basketball I've seen in a very long time, and just the way they presented everything, the way the broadcasters and announcers went about everything, I think it was a really good step. And NBC couldn't ask for much better for the very first game on their platform since 2002. So great all around. Obviously, Thunder starting off 1-0. Now our attention turns to the finals rematch tonight against the Pacers. You guys will have to let me know down below what you guys think of this matchup tonight. What are you guys expecting to see on the Thunder side and the Pacers side, and who will come out on top? But that'll be it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. It helps out the channel so much and helps it get it out to many other NBA fans, not just Thunder fans, but many NBA fans if they just want to kind of keep up in general. But I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.